Hello everyone! After watching this video, you will be able to quickly incorporate cool zoom effects into your video projects in DaVinci Resolve 18. We will take a closer look at the fast options, a quick manual zoom and the dynamic zoom, which comes out of the box in DaVinci. Then we will learn to create our own zoom animations using the inspector and keyframes, use adjustment clips to build templates for sequences, and if you stick around until the end, I have a secret tip for you on how to achieve an impressive magic zoom with a simple drag and drop, and it's for free. Let's get into it. Alright, here we go again. First guys, you are insane. I mean, look at my last two DaVinci Resolve 18.6 tutorials, especially check out the comments. You're so kind and nice and you give me even more motivation to produce content like this. This feedback is so important for me because I see that you like what I do and what you want to see in future from me. And are you kidding me? Last time I couldn't believe that we were already on 200 subscribers, and 1 week after that we crossed the 300 subscribers mark. This blows me away, honestly. So please continue supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. And if you want to do me another favor, I also posted some Amazon affiliate links down below about my gear and other stuff in this video in all others. So with further ado, let's dive right into it. In today's DaVinci Resolve 18.6 tutorial, we are focusing on zooming in your videos. You might wonder, why bother with zooms? Well, here's the deal. Almost every YouTube video, whether it's on a pro level one or a private vlog, uses subtle zooms. Why? Because they're like magic for filmmakers. Zooms are storytelling superpowers. They grab your attention by emphasizing details, expressions or cool stuff in a sequence, making your watching experience way better. Plus, they're not just about looking cool, they make you feel more connected to the story. Whether it's a quiet indie film or a big Hollywood blockbuster, a zoom adds emotion. It can make you feel the intensity of a character's moment or the vastness of breathtaking landscapes. It's like adding an emotional layer that goes beyond just talking and action. And here's the kicker. Zooms keep the story flowing smoothly. They connect shots like scenes together and help filmmakers switch between wide shots and close-ups. It's a cool tool that lets them tell their story in a powerful way. In mega Hollywood productions, zooms are the secret ingredient for creating a cinematic style. They help establish scale and grandeur, making everything look larger than life. So the next time you see a zoom in a movie, remember, this is not just about looking cool. It's about making you feel more connected and immersed in the story. To sum it up, zooms are more than just eye candy. They're a powerful storytelling tool. They empower filmmakers to create narratives that resonate, evoke emotion, and leave a lasting impact on audience worldwide. So I think you got the point. So I would suggest let's open DaVinci Resolve and get into it. Alright, so we are ready in DaVinci Resolve. And a short disclaimer before I start, this video is not sponsored at all. I bought DaVinci Resolve Studio on my own and I'm just showing you some tips and tricks how it works. Alright, that said, let's jump right into it. So first of all, I do what I always do. I click on File, on Project Settings, then I check not HD because my files are most of the time 4K. I click here. Then I will choose 25 frames per second. Why I do this, you can check out my other DaVinci Resolve videos. The first one is for beginners, the second one is slow-mo and frame rates, and in this video I explain very in detail how frame rates are working. Okay, good. So I save my project. Next step is I will check my media pool. It's empty at the moment and I will add here my files I want to work with. So I drag and drop them here. So I have now some files here. I want to show you how you can make a very simple zoom effect. So let's start out with the first video. I would suggest let's grab one of my talking head videos, and I will only show you a part because the content doesn't matter here. So I will reduce it here. I will enlarge it again. So let's check it out. This video is just 7:10 long. So I can hit the play button and I explain here something. As I said, it doesn't matter what I say here, but just for demonstration purposes, I want to jump right here. And then this is the video, and here I say something important. I will go to this scene, then I will use my blade cut tool. I will cut here, and then I will continue, and here it stops, and here should be the end of the zoom. Means I just want to zoom in into this section here. Alright, for this one we just need the inspector section. So it's already open. You can set it here visible or invisible by clicking just on the inspector item here, and then we go to video. In the video you have the transform section, and the transform section is that what we need today most of the time. So we go here to our video what we want to zoom. So we click in, and then we say, all right, we want to have a dramatic zoom here, a very quick one, because I say something important. So I zoom in 1.5. I think this is a good value. Have a look how it looks. Great. So this part of my video has been highlighted. So this section here, you see that is something important. This is not a smooth zoom or something like that. This is just, I want to highlight a sentence or an expression, but I do not like this because my face is not totally in the frame. Means we have to shift it a little bit up. For that we go again in our inspector section here, and I move slightly this Y position down, so my face will stay in the middle of the screen. Let's have a look again. And it jumps back. Perfect. This is what I want. Okay, that's it for the first zoom possibility. I would say this was very quick. You can do it immediately when you have a video. You can use this zoom to highlight just one specific scene, or you can also do it longer. It's up to you. Alright, then I would say let's continue right away with the second possibility of zoom. For that I will delete this, and let's choose simply this video. I think this is a very cute one with penguins again. And you can see here we have those two penguins on the rock. And what I want to achieve here is, because this is very static, so there is not a lot of camera movement in it, I want to bring a little bit more movement into this shot. For that I will also reduce it because this is too long. I go with approximately 8 seconds, so this is fine. And I want to have a very nice smooth zoom in effect. For that, DaVinci Resolve already comes with an out-of-the-box zoom. It is called dynamic zoom. So I select my video here again, then I go to the right side again to my inspector, and here I will not use the transform section. I have here the dynamic zoom. For that I can just activate it, and you can see immediately what happens. It is already activated on my shot, and I can show you how it looks like in the preview. So as you can see, it already zooms out. This is a nice effect. I can also say I want to swap my dynamic zoom effect. Means it will zoom in very smoothly, slowly. Perfect. But maybe I also want to zoom into the penguins even closer. For that, there is the option to modify your dynamic zoom. You can modify it to a specific point, not too much, but I think it will do the job. So, okay, for that you have to activate, as I already did, the dynamic zoom. And then we will switch to this little arrow here. It's called transform. It's on the bottom left corner of my preview window. When you click on this arrow, a new pop-up window appears, and here I have dynamic zoom. I will select dynamic zoom, and now you can see two beautiful borders. Yeah, we have a red one and a green one. Both of them show me the borders for the zoom effect, or the limits for the zoom effect. In that case here, I can go on swap, and you see exactly that it will switch between zoom in and zoom out. So when the green one is outside, it will zoom in till it touches the red border. And for sure, it will do the other way around, so it will start at the green one and stop at the red one when it zooms out. But what if I want to have a closer zoom? I will reduce this green box even more, that it gets smaller, and then I can adjust it to the center of the heads of the penguins, or let's move it a little bit down that I see the whole ones. And then I can start it, and then you can see what happens. It starts very close at the penguins, and then it zooms out to the position of the red box, and so it zoomed out completely. For sure you can do it also the other way around, as I already said. For that I click swap, and again you see how it zooms in very closely to the two cute penguins. Alright, this looks good. So now we have another possibility in the dynamic zoom. You can ease in as well. Means, let me check what this means. It starts slowly, then it gets faster, and then it has the right speed. Okay, you also can do this with ease out. Yeah, you can see here. Now it starts slowly, then it gets faster, and in the end it ends slowly and it eases out. Alright, good. So I think this was all you can do with the dynamic zoom. I think there are no further possibilities. If you think so, or you know more about the dynamic zoom, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, this is the second possibility, how we can zoom in or out in a video very quickly. So I will also delete this one, and then now we come to the third possibility, to do it manually. So I have picked here a video, so let's get rid of the view of the dynamic zoom. So for this third zoom variant, I have chosen this scene from Japan. And I want to show you, there is, as you can see, there is a bicycle going through the picture. And I want to highlight it when it is in the middle, and then I want to zoom out of the scene when the bicycle will leave the screen or the specific scene again. Yeah. So I can show you what I mean. Alright, this will work. Okay. So we have the scene here. I will enlarge it a little bit, and what we are doing now is to add the custom zoom. Means we are doing every step by ourselves. So I have here my video file. I already reduced the audio because we don't need it, and I click on the play button. And now here is exactly the scene where I want to zoom in here, because I want to show you how the bicycle goes through the scene till this lantern, for example, and then I want to zoom out. For that I go back to my transform section, and we are now working with so-called keyframes. Keyframes are specific points you can set in a video where you can store special or modified data. It sounds very complicated, I think it is not, so you can just go to the transform section, and we will set our first key point here. We want to zoom, and we want to change our position. So I set already 2 keyframes. For a better understanding where they are, you can go down to your video timeline, and you select the video and click here on this last icon, this square, and you click on it, and then you see another bar opens, and you can see also this white dot. And this white dot is exactly the keyframe we set. You can jump here by using your timeline, or you can go, so I will go here, but you can also go here to your transform section in the inspector and check here this arrow. It goes to the right, and I can click on it, and it will directly, as you can see, jump to the keyframe, to the next keyframe I already defined. So this keyframe should stay as it is, because here I want to start my customized zoom. Okay, means I want to go here, and exactly here I set my new keyframe. I click again on the zoom keyframe and on the position keyframe. Very well. So okay, what I want now is to zoom exactly here in the scene of the video. But before I do that, I will just plan how or where it should zoom out. So I will go then here where the bicycle passes the lantern, and I go here also with my zoom effect and my position then, and in the end here it should zoom out completely, so this should be then the end. Alright, for this now I have 4 keyframes. I can jump, as I said, from one keyframe to another with this little arrow here. But I want to start with the second one, because the first one should stay the same, and the animation should start here from zoom on the normal 100% level and the position on 0. Okay, but now I'm already on the second one, and here I can modify here my zoom. I will click into this field, double click, and enter just 1.3, and it will zoom in. The y-axis has also been changed because it's connected via this icon here. When I click on that, it's now deactivated, and you could also stretch it out here a little bit, 1.5, and the second value would stay the same, and your picture would be transformed in the width. Okay, but I don't want this. I want to go with the same ratio as my picture is. So I click again on this one, and now you can see the picture looks very normal. In that case, we can also do a test. I just added a zoom here. So it zooms in here quickly and it goes out again. I'm here, I can go on my zoomed image, and I will also go a little bit further. So let's go 1.5 because I really want to highlight this bicycle. And I go with my y-axis a little bit down, so the focus is more like on the bicycle here. So I think this should work. Good. Alright, so you also see when I now press my preview button, it will jump right back. This means I also have to modify my second, or in that case my third keyframe. So I will jump with my arrow button to the next one. I can use the more general one, and I will jump to the next one. And as you can see, I will click on that. It has the same values as the first one because we defined it beforehand. So I will go to the next one. I will check just my values, what I have on this one. Okay, I know 1.5, 1.5 and 200. Let's go to 250, so we have a better value for here, we can remember better. And then I will jump to the next one, and I simply add, because I don't want any movements here, I will add here again 1.5, hit the enter button, and I want to have the position on 250. I will hit enter, and then you should have the same value here in the picture that you have here before. Means the zoom should work as we defined it. Here it should zoom in, then it stays on a specific part of the video. So moving closer to the cyclist, and then it zooms out again. So let's check if this works now. Perfect, it zooms in and it zooms out here again. So this zooming effect, so the third version I showed you right now, you have to do a little bit more, but you can really modify it by yourself. Means you can also click here on the keyframe and move it a little bit to the beginning, or you can stretch it here a little bit, and then you can see what it does. You click on play, and then it starts here to zoom in slowly and then it goes out quickly. Means as soon as you have predefined your keyframes, you can move them also from one side to another and you're more flexible with it. So I think we should also zoom out a little bit more slower. I click here on my play, I just moved my keyframe and now it will move out slower. So, and the last point I really want to show you, because it's the same but not really the same, is how to use a template on your video. Yeah. So for that I will just delete here my keyframes so that all the zooming effects are gone. And I will also show you that you need not to manipulate your video directly because you want to stay more flexible. So to add the effect not only on this video, also on a second one. I will show you what I mean with it. For that I will also use a second video here. I got a very nice shot of a blue bird here. So this is my shot. So what I have here is a bird. I will also add a little bit of stabilization. You already have seen it in the beginner's tutorial. I go on stabilization. I stabilize also this part of the footage. So you already have seen that it crops in a little bit, but it will be more stable. So you lose a little bit of your video size, but you can see it's now very stable. Okay, good. So I have two scenes here and I want to add on both of them the same effect, so a slight zoom. For that I go, as I already said, on effect. So I go on the left side here in my toolbox. So here is my toolbox and I go on effects. And here on the effects menu item I have the adjustment clip. I simply drag and drop my adjustment clip to my timeline and it will be added here. Good. So for that I will just click on my adjustment clip, and the adjustment clip is just a template which is a layover to your videos. This is my blueprint and I can modify it how I want to. I will show you what I mean with that. So I have here my section. I want to add here a zoom. So I selected my adjustment clip. I click here again on my zoom in my inspector and on my position. So I added here in my adjustment clip the keyframes I added before. So let me reduce this that you can see a little bit more. Okay, so I have here again my adjustment clip. You have to imagine it's the same process as I have done before on my video I want to modify. So I just added this adjustment clip as a top layer of it. So I have here my first point. I will add here a second one because I want to zoom in here. Then I will add the second one. And I go to the end here. The cyclist just is on close to the lantern. I will add another keyframe, and here the zoom out should end. Okay, so I did basically the same what I did in the previous section of my tutorial. So I would do it very quickly. So here I want to zoom in. This stays the same. I go to the next point, to the next keyframe. I will here zoom in 1.5 and I also want to shift it a little bit down here and I enter 250 on the y-axis. Okay, I will do the same here because I have also to 1.5 the zoom. I go to 250 and it will stay here. So let's have a quick look. I will zoom in, the cyclist comes into the video and then I will zoom out. So I like that this zooming effect worked very well, except that in the beginning I think I missed the cyclist here. I have to move my keyframes a little bit in that direction and I want to do it a little bit faster, this zooming effect. So I shifted it around and now it's exactly in the frame. I like this. Okay. So this is now my adjustment clip. So the video itself is not manipulated at all. So it's just adjustment clip. And the good thing here is I can simply copy. So copy and paste it here to my next video clip. I can go here. I can hit play and see what happens. It also zooms in on my bird and zooms out. I can use this template on each and every video clip I edit here in my whole video. So in every single sequence I can move this, and in that case it's also then very simple because I like this effect, but maybe it should be shifted a little bit more up to the bird. So I go to my second keyframe, so we'll go to this one. I just want to change it a little bit in the other direction. Press the button again and I will move it down to, I don't know, let's enter it manually, 150, so we can see the bird better. Then I will also go to this part and also manipulate it here. I will enter here 150 again, and as you can see, it will zoom into a different place where you can see the bird better and it zooms out. But the first adjustment clip was not affected by this. So I have here my zooming effect and here I have my other zooming effect. Good, I think that's all. So this is the third or the third plus variant you can use how to zoom in. So I think this adjustment clip version is very useful, and it's also very handy because you can use it all the time and you can copy paste your effect and you do not have to adjust every single clip on its own. Good, that said, let's delete these videos. So for the last part I will show you a predefined effect. It's very useful because it's just a drag and drop effect, but it's not created by me. It's a predefined one and it was created by MrAlexTech. He's a very famous YouTuber in the DaVinci Resolve space and he's publishing all the time also videos. He's very active and he provides a lot of free effects or also title effects, video transitions to his audience, and I want to show you one of the effects. I will link for sure his channel in the description down below, and I will also link the video tutorial for this specific effect also in the description down below, because in this video you can also see a lot of details, how he does it, how he did it, how he created it, and how you can adjust it in detail. I will show you just briefly how this effect works. So first of all, when you have downloaded it, you can go simply to your MrAlexTech Magic Zoom. It's called version 3. I downloaded it here somewhere in February this year. Maybe there is a newer version out there. I will check it out then afterwards. But for this one, you just download it from the link I will post, or he will tell you in his video I linked. And you just simply double click then on this file. Then DaVinci Resolve will show you a pop-up. Install MrAlexTech Magic Zoom version 3. You can install it right here. And after a very short installation process, you have it here. So now it's twice in here because I already installed it and now I installed it again, but this doesn't matter. I just use one of them. I will show you quickly what you can do with it. I have here my talking headshot, and as soon as I raise my hands up, I would say here I want to add this effect. So for that I will use, as usual, my cutting tool. I cut here and then I want to zoom out at this point again. And as I told you, it's very simple. I just want to add this magic zoom here. I will drag and drop this effect to my middle section I just cut out. I will leave it that, and out of the box you will get this effect. This is a very nice and smooth zoom in, zoom out effect. And furthermore, when you go here up to your inspector section, you switch from video. Now it's highlighted also, or it is active, the effects button. You can click in here and you have more versions for this effect available. So the first one I really like and I use all the time. I can click on it, it zooms in smoothly and then it zooms out again. The only thing what I like to do is to focus more on my face maybe when I zoom in. So I just use the Y-axis to go a little bit more up, and then I can hit again my preview and it zooms more to my face, to my hands, and then it goes back again. And try it out, download it from his website. You can go to the second effect, for example. I just show you how this looks like. Okay, this is a little bit harder to process, but I think you will get the point. It zooms out and then in with a nice blurring effect. And you can add this very simply also to your video timeline, to special sections you really want to highlight. Good. Alright, that's a wrap. I hope you're ready to add a bit more spice to your videos using one of the zooming techniques I shared. Thanks for being part of another DaVinci Resolve 18.6 tutorial. If these tips help you to elevate your videos, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more awesome content and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you're hungry for more knowledge, check out my easy beginners tutorial on DaVinci Resolve for the basics, or take it up to a notch with this one, where we dive into the world of slow motion and frame rates. Got questions or suggestions? Drop them in the comments below. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Until next time, happy editing.